Today, we're diving into a story that, on the surface, seems like a total paradox. It's about a man named Musab ibn Umair, and his life really redefines what it means to be truly wealthy. It's less about what he lost, and more about a choice he made that changed everything.
And this, right here, is the heart of that paradox. I mean, just look at this. On one side, you have the richest, most fashionable young man in all of Mecca, the guy who had it all. And on the other side, that same man, at the end of his life, being buried in a piece of cloth so small it couldn't even cover his whole body. It's a shocking contrast, isn't it?
So the big question is, how does that happen? How does someone go from having everything the world can offer to, well, willingly having nothing? And that's the key word right there, willingly. This wasn't a story about bad luck. It was about a choice, and that's what we're going to unpack.
All right, so let's start at the beginning, in a world of just complete and total luxury. Because to really understand the weight of his sacrifice, you have to first get a picture of just how privileged his life was. He was, by all accounts, the pampered son of Mecca.
And his wealth wasn't just some number in a bank account. You could see it, you could smell it. We're talking the finest clothes, the most expensive perfumes you could import. In fact, people said you knew Musab was coming because you could smell his fragrance in the street before you even saw him. His mother made sure he never wanted for anything. His life was, basically, set.
But even with all of that, all the comfort, all the material possessions, there was this feeling, this kind of emptiness inside. A question that all the money and fame just couldn't answer. What's the point of all this? And that quiet, internal question, that was the spark that was about to change everything.
And that change didn't happen slowly over years. It happened in a single, powerful moment. It was a sudden, profound shift that put him on a completely new path in life.
So he started hearing these whispers around Mecca about a new message. And pulled in by that deep question he had, he went to a secret gathering at a place called the House of Al-Arqam. And there, when he heard the words of the Quran, that was it. Something just clicked. The accounts are pretty clear on this. He didn't argue, he didn't ask for proof, he just accepted it. He walked in one person, and he walked out someone else entirely.
But here's the thing. Making a choice like that, a choice that goes against your family, your culture, your whole way of life, it doesn't come for free. It came with an absolutely huge price tag. The real test of his new belief was just starting.
When his mother, who was the source of all his wealth, found out, she was furious. She actually imprisoned him. Then she cut him off completely, took away everything he owned. The man who was known for his fine silks was now wearing rough, scratchy cloth. The man who never knew what it was like to be hungry was now facing starvation. In an instant, his entire world was turned upside down. And the effect this had on the people who knew him, it was powerful. His old friends, the companions who knew him from his days of luxury, were so moved by his new condition that they would actually look away when they saw him. Not out of pity, but out of this deep, profound respect for the choice he'd made and the strength it took. But here's the twist. Losing all of his material wealth actually led to him gaining this huge spiritual responsibility. It's like by stripping away all the status and money, his choice revealed what was truly there all along, his character, and that character was about to be given a mission that would change history. The Prophet Muhammad chose Musab, this man who now had zero money, zero status, no powerful family to back him up, to be the very first ambassador for the Muslim community. Just think about that for a second. He wasn't chosen for what he owned, but for what he had become on the inside.
So he was sent to the city of Medina, a place totally foreign to him, all by himself. He had no army, no treasure chest to bribe people with, nothing. The only tools he had were his character, his wisdom, and his belief. And with just those things, he accomplished what seemed impossible. He prepared an entire city to welcome the Muslims, paving the way for the great migration known as the Hijra. An entire nation really began with the work of this one man.
And all of this leads to his final moments, on the battlefield of Uhud. This is the climax of his story. This is where his commitment is tested one final, ultimate time.
In the middle of the battle, Musab was the one carrying the Muslim banner. He held it high in his right hand. An enemy attacked, and his right hand was severed. Without a moment's hesitation, he grabbed the banner with his left hand. Then, his left hand was cut too. So what did he do? He pressed the banner to his chest with what was left of his arms, refusing to let it fall. And it was just like that, holding that banner, that he was martyred.
And that brings us full circle, right back to the paradox we started with. After the battle, his friends came to bury him. The richest young man in Mecca, the guy known for his amazing clothes, had nothing left but the simple garment he was wearing. And when they tried to use it to cover him for burial, it was too small. If they covered his head, his feet were exposed. If they covered his feet, his head was exposed.
So what's the real message of this incredible life? You see, it's not a story about poverty. It's a story about value. It forces every one of us to ask a really fundamental question. What is a person's true worth actually made of?
And this is really the heart of it. Musab's life shows us that a person's value isn't measured by their stuff, their bank account, or their job title. It's measured by the convictions they carry inside them, the principles they live and die for. He traded temporary luxury for an eternal purpose.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. After hearing the story of Musab, from the finest silks to a shroud that was just too small, it makes you wonder, what is it that we carry? What is our own true value?